Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope your season has not been too overwhelming or crazy, but instead filled with time with instead filled with some time for introspection, surrender, and lots of joy. And I know that's not always the case, right? Mine was very busy and full and beautiful and chaotic. So a mix of a lot of things. And these last couple days, it's been nice to just sort of sink in a little bit and allow it to process. Um, I'm Asrael, and I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm really excited to be here on this potent day. This day of like the ending of the year and stepping into space for what will 2025 bring. And so I wanted to start today with a guided meditation, probably be anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, where we really sort of settle in and plant the seeds of our intentions, right? Not our resolutions, not what we need to do or let go of, but what would we like to see blossom, and what would we like to open to into the realm of possibilities in our life this year. I also wanted you all to know that next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time, that's 5 Eastern and 1 or 2 Pacific Time, I'm offering a gathering of light. You can find it on my Facebook page, Asrael.love. So it's facebook.com/Asrael.love. And it's a beautiful opportunity to go on a deep journey into the energy and flow and magic of life. It's sort of like a shamanic meditation and gathering where we do some cool and deep visualization and work. So I'd love for you to join me the first Wednesday of every month at that same time. So let's settle in. Let's settle in together. I will be taking at least one call after this. But for now, I'd really like to open into a state and place of grace. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes. And if you're driving, don't close your eyes, but take a deep breath and invite yourself to let go. And one of the ways that we can do this is by really grounding into our bones. And so maybe just noticing the places where your sit bones touch the earth. Noticing the place where your body is touching something solid. And bringing your awareness to these places. Sometimes like to drop an imaginary grounding cord down from my sacrum all the way down to the center of the earth. Asking the earth to receive what is no longer needed for me in my path this time. And together we'll take 3 breaths in, breathing in slowly and gently, and holding that breath for a moment at the top of the breath, giving yourself permission to really open to a space of fullness. And then opening your mouth and just sighing out. We'll do this 2 more times at our own pace, knowing that with the inhale, I'm going to invite you this time to really collect and to draw in all and everything that is no longer serving you. Anything from this past year that you are ready to let go of. And then as you let it marinate for a moment on that before we exhale, just let it really come into the breath. And then as you exhale, just sigh out and let go. Fall into your body. And one more time, if you've already done 3, it's okay to do 4. Feels like the past couple years have been filled with so much change and yet so much stagnancy. And so, what can we let go of to make space for the movement that I really believe is going to start to come in 2025? So, when you're ready, let go. And take a moment and just imagine that you were seated in a beautiful temple of light with hundreds or thousands of other people in a circle. Feel your sit bones grounded on the earth, dropping that grounding cord down again. And feel the radiance of your heart and of your light. And take a moment and maybe think of 5 things that you are grateful for from this past year. 5 things. It might even just be the blue sky, right? You've had a challenging year, it doesn't have to be anything big. And allow those 5 things to radiate through your heart, almost as if your heart were speaking. I am grateful for. And know that as we each do this together in this circle of light, we are creating a beam and a wave of gratitude that can move out into the entire universal field, into the world and beyond. And after you've repeated your 5 things, just take a moment and notice how it feels. Notice how it feels to be here. Notice the eagles flying overhead, the hawks and the phoenixes. And know that the pathway, I really believe the pathway of movement is going to start to open for us in the coming months. Maybe in March when things start to blossom. And so I'm going to invite you now to turn your palms up, maybe to bring them together in a little cup in your lap. If you're driving, you can just imagine this. And think about one thing you would like to see grow this year in your life, one thing you would like to see happen. And imagine it as a seed in a beautiful, beautiful, rich, loamy soil in your hands. Feel it in your heart. It can be something very physical like prosperity or abundance, or perhaps it's romance and love. Doesn't matter. It can be spiritual, emotional, energetic. But what is it you'd like to see? Take a moment and plant that seed in your hands in this dirt. And then take a moment and, in the energy of your heart space, imagine what it would feel like to see this coming into full being, into full fruition. Feel the radiance, feel the joy, feel the peace, feel the stability, and feel the truth of it. And then take this seed, it might even be a little seedling now, and imagine that you could go plant it, maybe in the center of this circle of this temple of light. Maybe it's someplace else. Pat down the soil around it, maybe water it. It might already be growing. Mine's gotten like quite big. And then take a moment and as you place your hands down, just imagine the blossoming of this dream. See this flower of your intention coming into life. Notice the other flowers of the others doing this meditation right now, and this beautiful garden that is just coming into bloom. and feel the beauty and the truth of this moment. And so I invite you to stay seated with this for as long as you can. And you can come back and tend to this plant or seed at any time, or you can just let it go and trust the universe has it. This moment, this space, this place, opening and dreaming in all we would like to see be in the world. And so from here, I will say goodbye to the meditation and hello to my first caller. Might be just one caller today. We'll see how the flow goes. And this is Gina from Cape May, New Jersey. So I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. And thank you all who shared with me in that beautiful moment right now. So, Gina, whenever you're ready, I look forward to, yeah, connecting in.
Hi, hello, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. How can I be of
I'm
support for
I'm
you today?
I'm just hoping you have some kind of a reading for me today to give me some kind of insight on my future, my financial situation.
Sure, sure. Is there
Uh,
anything that you'd like to share with me or anything specific, or do you want me just to do a general reading first and ask some specific questions after?
yes, please. Do general first.
Okay. Yeah, great. So the way that I read is I'll just sort of tune into you energetically, see if anything comes from any guides or angels, your higher self. I'll share that with you. Sometimes
Absolutely.
I might pull a couple cards and we'll see. And
Okay.
then, yeah, we'll just see how the flow goes.
Sounds
Okay.
great. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And so I might be silent just for a minute or so and just know that that's very normal and I'm still here.
Okay. Absolutely.
So, what I'm feeling and sensing into is like many of us these days, there's been a lot of perhaps stagnancy and even more uncertainty about the financial things or about the direction and the flow, both of your life and where you want to be actually working and moving that energy to make the money. And then also just in that general flow and income and in that sense of things, and that things have been sort of held up and sort of hard. And there's something about what you've been doing in your work or in your job where it feels a little bit like just not in alignment, right? A little bit of the word that comes is drudgery and a sense of like wanting to move out of it and wanting to break free from it, right? And also just in general, like wanting to break free from some of the stress that's been there because things have been harder and heavier. And it's interesting because right now you're still sort of in it. As are many people as I've been seeing a lot the past couple years, but as I started to share the reading and open into the reading, I actually see an opening coming for you quite soon. When I first checked in, I'm like, oh, like things feel like they're going to be held back and maybe take some time. But it's like sort of like the costume or the energy of these times is shifting, and you're going to be able to step out of it. I want to say there's going to be perhaps even a new opportunity coming for you, or there's something you've already started to put some energy in that hasn't like gotten you any prosperity or any money yet, but that it will open up for you. And there's going to be a potential to leave behind or to do less of what you don't enjoy and of what's serving you. Um, Let me just pause again. And there's the one thing that comes is there's something up right now that feels a little bit scary for you. And again, it could just be the way that things have been for you in your work or just with the financial piece. But it's sort of like you're scared to like let go of something or to move forward or to leave it behind. And it is something where if there's a new opportunity or that energy that you're putting forward into a newer space, a newer flow, that there is going to be energy there for you, not just in happiness and joy, but also in the energy of prosperity. Um, I don't see it as necessarily a new job. I see it more as something that's going to come to you where you're going to be working in a more autonomous sense or for yourself a little bit more. It could be a side job, just or something, right? That you're like, oh, I would really enjoy this. I'm going to open to this, and there being flow. It's also something you're going to have to like move out of your comfort zone, and I don't want to say like move out of your town. It's not like you have to move, but you might have to go a little bit further afield. So it could be working, I don't think on the internet. I see it as something that you're going to be doing in more physical person, but that you're going to be like not within like 5 or 10 minutes of where you live. Like you're also going to be traveling a little bit further afield. So within even 30 minutes to an hour, some different opportunities that might happen for you that way. I'm gonna just pick a couple cards and see if I get any other clarity. Any questions so far?
Yes. Do you see a new job coming or me getting my old job back?
I don't think you're going to get your old job back necessarily. It's about moving forward into something different. But something is coming. I really feel that. And by different, it might even be the similar kind of job you've been working in, but it's going to be within a different company or a different role within the company or different space. It's something that, okay, and as you say, as this is sort of what I was seeing, it's something that you have to look for. So it's not about like frantically searching or frantically opening into something else, but it's like you there's a proactivity, and I think that's what I'm seeing when I see you like take off your costume and I see you like going further afield. It's like stepping out of your box and comfort zone and like really looking for like what would excite me and moving from a space of like that might be interesting even though I don't know that I have the right skill set for that, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And if I don't think you're going to get your old job back, because I would say, because if you do get your old job back, it's going to be in a different capacity. It's not going to be the same job. But as I tune into that, I feel like it's going to be something brand new.
It's something what?
So it's going to be something brand new. Like it'll be something new
Okay.
for you. Okay. And so I'm pulling the cards. And yeah, so I do see, I'm just pulling a couple. And the first one I got is the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, which is like, it's like having to stop like going back and forth. There is going to be a clear path opening up, and there is going to be something new. We do get the Fool as well, and the Fool is like a new adventure, right? It's like moving forward. And it's not just a fool in the sense like, oh, I'm fresh, I'm open, I'm moving forward in this space and I don't have to worry. You're actually carrying somewhat of a, I don't want to say of a burden, right? But things have been hard. And so it is like sort of like you're paying attention, you're hyper vigilant, but there is going to be some energy and movement. And then it's funny because I got another major arcana, which is the Hanged Man. And it's sort of saying like trust in the process, like things, it's like you I don't think you're gonna have to wait. I want to say by March, right? I see something opening up for you for March, and you might say, "Oh my God, that's 3 months away. How am I going to pay my bills?" You're going to be supported. There's going to be enough for you till the time you get the job, but it's also trusting. Oh, this is beautiful card. Sorry. It's also trusting and just being patient. It's like trusting and really opening into what is it that you want to do. And then the last card I pulled is the Sun card, and the Sun card is all about good fortune, love. I know we're not talking about love, but financial security and stability. We get the Five of Wands after that. Five of Wands is not having to fight anymore. So it's like trusting in this journey, it's trusting in this place and knowing that you are going to be led there. And again, it might take a little bit of time still. Um, Energetically, I see it happening soon, even sooner than March. With the cards, I'd say with the Hanged Man there, it's like give it the space and time it needs, but definitely within the next 3 or 4 months. Any other specific questions?
Do you see anybody coming through from the other side?
I'm just going to pause. I did when you first started talking. Let me just see if there's still. So a man, a brother, ex partner. I see him. I don't see it as your father or grandfather. I see it as someone that is younger in energy. Okay, and I'm gonna. I do have another caller, so I'm gonna just say this. But it's a very loving energy. It's a very playful energy, and it's a very sort of fun energy. And like I said, like a brother, ex partner that might have passed, a friend that might have passed, and he's sort of like, well, just wanting you to know that they're there and that they're thinking of you. He's sort of like gruff, but also playful, and just really wanting you. I guess to know you're there, and they're sort of like, they're not like saying don't be so serious, but they're also just wanting you to like just relax a little bit. Like they're like you don't have to carry the load. That's what they're saying. You don't have to carry as much as the load as you want to. Um, so I'm gonna end in this moment now, Gina, and I would just want to say thank you. Um, and I wish you the best of luck. And I would just plant that seed for the right job in the right space and know that it will open up for you. And I wish you the most happy new year. Right?
Thank you so much. You also. Happy New Year.
I will. So much love. And I have time for one quick caller with Sheila in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. We've got about 6 minutes, so I will try not to be too chatty. Happy New Year, Sheila. Sheila, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, I used to live in British Columbia, so I lived there for like 30 years. So I'm a Canadian too. So how can I
Oh, right
support you
on.
today? Yeah.
Do you have any messages from my dad? It was just his birthday on the 23rd.
Oh. So first of all, just your dad right now. It's funny, and you said it was his birthday, but I see him like there with his birthday cake, right? And just beaming so much love, right? I see so much love, so much beauty. Just he's radiating, yeah, unconditional love to you and to all who loved him and holding that vibration. Let me just see. Is your mother still on this plane or has she passed?
She's here still, yes.
Yeah, so he's sort of saying take care of your mother. She needs a little bit of extra tenderness right now and a little bit of extra connection. And he's giving me something that's red, maybe like a red rose or something like that, or a dahlia maybe, but something he's like just saying, if he could, he'd give it to give to her. A red shawl, a red scarf. The color red's really coming in, and he's just like he's got a message for her, for you to give to her, and just that he has yeah, he's asking you to give his tenderness and his love to her, and knowing that she's just needing a little bit of extra energy and extra attention right now. And if you could give her that, or do that if that feels within your comfort zone, that would be really really helpful. And let me just see. Just that he's also like he's very proud of you, and he has so much love and respect for you and what you're doing in your life, and for who you are. He's seeing something. Hold on one second, I just want to get clear. He's seeing that you're carrying something sort of on your left side, on your left shoulder, maybe in your heart. There's some sort of pain that you're holding on to. It might be related to him, or it might be related to someone else in your family. And he's letting you know that you can let that burden go. You don't have to carry it anymore. Um, it's sort of like, even as I say this, I see this a little bit energetically shifting away and moving away from you, like it's like sort of dissolving. He wants you to know that you are so precious to him, and that you are so loved, and you do so much for so many. And so it's sort of like worth is not the right word, but he's saying like know your Know there's nothing you need to feel guilty for. Know that there's nothing that you need to wish you had done better. And again, this might be related to him, but it might be related to another family member or something else that you're creating, carrying.
It's him too. It's him a lot.
Ye- Yeah. Yeah. He's like you don't have to. He's like I said, I wish I could share with the people that I do these readings for the energy of the people, just like the last caller, they had like this specific energy, and just like your dad's energy is very much, he's just radiating love right now. He's like, you did the best that you could. You've always done the best that you could, right? And he's like, and you carry so much for so many, is like what he's telling me, right? And I just wish that you could feel, yeah, feel his unconditional pure love. He's at peace. I think you already know that, but he's very much at peace, and in a space of peace right now. And know that like he's exactly where he needs to be. He does say like like he doesn't, it's his soul, but his human parts, right? Like that, his human energy mind would be like, oh, wishing he could be with you all, right? Especially at this time of year. Um, but he's just sending so, so, so much love. I have time for like just you have one other thing to ask him. Otherwise, I'm just going to send you his love.
um, I had a dream. I think it was just like over a week ago. I
Mhm.
dreamt that I was driving and I was saying, okay, go here, go there, go there. And then he just kind of, I don't know if he grabbed the wheel or somehow jumped in the driver's seat and he
Yeah.
drove and he was like crashing a door open with the car. And I seen a security person and I was pretending that I was driving the car. I was saying, yeah, I was driving. He has dementia. You can't,
Yeah.
like, I'm taking the blame. I'm taking the blame for everything.
Well,
But, like,
it's
when he
interesting. But come
opened,
see
like,
that
a
you're
door,
taking the blame, and I've only got 30 seconds. But he's telling me you don't need to take that blame anymore. And the other thing is, if you feel him when there's something that you want to do or something opening up for you, he's like, listen and trust and go through that door. Listen and trust and go through that door, even if it feels scary. He said, but you don't have to take the blame for him or anyone anymore. And I do have to go. I have to close. But thank you so much for your call today. Thank you, Gina, for your call today. I wish you and everyone who joined in Happy New Year. Find me on Asrael.love. That's my website. And my Facebook is facebook.com, Asrael.love. We're gathering in person next Wednesday on Zoom. Would love to have you with us. And I wish you all the most beautiful evening and so much light and love.